All right. Really and truly, the first thing I want to say is my hats go off, to the job that Coach Reel did. She did a phenomenal job, I think, with their game plan and continuing to keep her kids encouraged and going. I was very clear with our team that this team went to the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. They're playing for a woman who's an alum, as well as an assistant. Now they didn't know that she was an assistant with that program, as well as they have a lot of Division I transfers on this team. So they've been tested in different ways regarding adversity. So I knew they're going to come in here playing hard and understanding, coming off of the game that we just played on Friday, what my expectation level for us today. I think they understood. And when we hit some early adversity in the game, we didn't respond really well. And you saw a lot of different rotations. You saw all kinds of rotations, just trying to figure out what was going to be the right fit for this particular game plan. And I think we eventually settled in. We changed the game plan at halftime. The game plan was for us to sprint underneath any kind of screening action, but we were very passive when we did so. The kid was able to turn the corner quite a bit on us, so we switched it up and said, let's get more aggressive with it now. In addition to that, we added in the press because we really just had to utilize our athleticism and our depth in order to get to turn them over and get some, just some easier buckets per se. They're never easy to get in effort, but they provide layups or they provide you more opportunities. And I think that's what you found. And then, somewhere along the way, Kaitlin Walla stepped up, and she was Kaitlin Walla. She's the player that she always, believes she can be, and she's a player she promised me that she would be. And I know Kate's still not 100% coming back off of her ACL, but I know her heart's right where it needs to be all the time. And so she deserved those opportunities to continue to stay, to work herself back into a situation where she could help us. And it isn't necessarily the scores. I think people just take a look at the fact that she hit some big shots. Really, what Kate does, she's a great communicator. She did a great job putting the ball on the floor and creating as well. I think she's a very elusive player. I think people don't really realize what Kaitlin can do unless you've been around Kate. And then Ericka, she stepped in and did a really good job for us defensively, being able to guard at multiple spots, putting, her big, strong length on a lot of those guards, as well as when she's playing the ball. And then Whitney, when Ericka just kind of fizzled because she just gave us all she got, Whitney Apari was able to come in the game to kind of help fill that role. And, I appreciate that about these two young women, but really the group effort there at the end, and the bench was really involved. And we didn't have any sour faces. I think we just had a lot of cheers. I think that was really a team victory. And again, I don't want to take anything away from St. Edward's because they're a very good team and they're really well coached, but our team found a way today, and that's what I appreciate about this game. Sorry, it's very long-winded.
Okay. Coach, for a shooter like Kate, once the ball goes in that first time, it seemed like that kind of just got her going. Is that what you see a lot of times from shooters like she can be on a consistent basis?
Yeah, we have probably about three, I would say 3.5 kids, 3 kids who basically have the green light at any time, especially if they're pretty warm. I think with Kate right now, it's just a matter. She got in. I saw her yesterday. She got in some extra shots up. It's just her confidence and ability, and they all understand, and they're beginning to understand shot selection. So when Kate goes in, one of Kate's roles is her ability to be able to score, and it isn't just necessarily the three. Kate's really good off the bounce with her mid-range shot. She's really good also at being able to make easy dump passes because of her ability to be able to take people off the bounce. And so I think any great shooter would tell you they're going to keep shooting until it goes, regardless.
Kaitlin, same kind of question. Once that first shot goes in, does that kind of get you going? And you just, that confidence just builds up even more.
I think with anyone, as they get warm into the game, shots get better. But honestly, I think a shooter's mentality is always going to go in. So I don't shoot a shot I think's going to miss. Sometimes they do, often, especially at the beginning of the game. But I think it's just more like time, got into the game. We had to get up, so I was like, you know what, I can do that. Give me the ball, let's go. So, and I'm glad they went in.
I guess to piggyback off of that, was there a different look, or did you feel something different? Because you started out 0-5, and then you hit 3 buckets in a row. 2 of them were threes, and so there's a huge change there. Was there anything different that you saw, or was it just you trying to find, just keep shooting, trying to find the bucket? Keep shooting, eventually they fall. That's what a shooter's mentality is. And my teammates looked for, I hit that first one, and my teammates looked for me for the second one. I think they know, especially the ones who played with me when I'm hot. So really got it. And then everyone got boards and just kept on rolling. So I was really happy there at the end. Everyone got theirs.
Ericka, you guys were just were you kind of waiting on that run to happen? I mean, you went on a 28-6 run to finish the game, but kind of sitting in the press area, it seemed like that run was going to come. It just was a matter of when it was going to happen.
Yeah. I just think that we had ourselves scared in the beginning, and then when Amber fell down, some people just were just kind of nervous and stuff. But we came back because we knew that we had to play defense for our offense to come, and that's exactly what we did.
And when Amber went down, I'm assuming you knew you had to step up and get some rebounds, and you were able to do that and kind of key the effort. Did you feel like that was more responsibility was on you?
No, because we've all been working on rebounding and boxing out, so I really feel like the whole team knew, like, Amber's down, we have to go get these boards, because she usually is helping me down there. So.
At what point, Coach Z, did you feel like, because I can't remember what point you put in the press, but I knew it was like somewhere in the fourth quarter, I want to say. And it was right when she got her little 8-point run, and that brought the energy up, and then you get the press going, and you start getting turnovers. So, like, at what point did you decide to switch up the defensive mentality and go to the full
Well,
press?
when I didn't feel we were being aggressive enough, to be honest with you, even when we decided to make the change coming out of the half to pick up the ball and pressure the ball and do a better job trap the ball, I still didn't feel like it was enough. So, we had to pull that out of our pocket. It's in our repertoire, but we had to pull that out and utilize it to really get the team jump started, and luckily it was very successful. Ericka does a great job on the ball, and Ericka knows she's the catalyst, or whoever's on there, whether it's Whitney, whoever's on the ball, that they're the ones who get this thing rolling for us defensively. And so if they do their job, then everybody else will kind of fall in line and get really excited.
Coach, obviously Kaitlin sat out last, with the ACL, and she said before the season how excited she was. Do you sense that from her when she's out there on the court, that excitement level to just be out there with her teammates?
Mm-hmm. We recognize that since practice, to be honest with you, and then when we're traveling. She's just really excited. It's kind of like a rebirth, if you will, but it's a rebirth where she's got a lot of knowledge, where she's been forced to sit out and watch. And when that happens, you're able to pick up on a lot of different coaching cues and understanding team chemistry, understanding how she fits in and where she can help. And so I think that's only helped her. Now you've got all this, you want to be able to celebrate and share it. It's just being able to help Kate now understand, okay, let's not overdo it. But let's just still try to figure out how are you going to fit in and help this team. And I think tonight she's really put a big piece of the puzzle for herself together regarding the team and how she's going to fit in to help us win.
Your team's faced a lot of adversity early in the year, whether it was last week or on Friday against Texas A&M and in this first game. That's got to be advantageous down the line for a team to be in those situations, especially early in non-conference play.
It is, obviously it feels better when you come up with the win. But I think this team, we're going to keep going. No matter what, we're going to keep going. And that's what I can continuously appreciate, and we're going to continue to work with them and continue to grow with. We hope that we're not in too many of these situations, but if we are, you're going to find, Joe, we're going to keep on working on learning how to battle. We're going to battle. If every game's going to be a battle, we want to end up being victorious. We're going to lay everything out there on the floor before we leave.
You've always met, like last year, you mentioned defense, and as a freshman, Ericka, that was one of the reasons why she got significant minutes. You'd always say it's because of her ability to defend.
And it still is.
Positions. So I was going to ask you, what does it mean to the team to have a player like Ericka and like Whitney Apari that play defense so well, and get that spark plug going?
I think any player would tell you, anytime you have somebody who can get a big stop for you, get a monster rebound, or make it difficult for your opponent, just it's a sigh of relief. You don't feel maybe necessarily like your own, whether you're lacking in some God-given ability or you're just not understanding, you haven't got there yet. When there are players who can pick up that role, it's really nice. You don't have to feel that pressure as much as a player. Now, as a coach, it's really exciting because I clearly understand what they're going to be able to do as far as being able to stifle. And the nice thing about Ericka, the nice thing about Whitney is they can play multiple positions. We've now added into that mix Keani Lurie. Keani Lurie is a very good on-ball defender for us. She's going to be one of our best defenders, I think, as time goes on in her career. And we can continue to work with all these three young women to help them help the team, and the same token also help them figure out how they can contribute offensively as well.
Ericka, a lot of people, offense is what they really want to do, and they look at their points. With you, it seems like the defense is what kind of sparks you. Is that true in a lot of ways?
Yeah, because growing up, my mom always told me defense wins games, offense sells tickets. So I just know that sometimes it's not my role to make a basket all the time. But I know if I work hard on defense, I can get the ball back on the other side because they always look for me. They don't leave me dry hanging. So.